Sausage is not funny. It's food. Hey, this is Megan.
And Sue in the restricted section.
Today we are coming at you with the sausage tag.
And we're drinking
Old
this beer
Chub.
called Old Chub from Oskar Blues, one of our faves. And it's a Scotch ale, which I don't really know if I'll like. We'll see. Cheers.
We haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
It's alright.
It doesn't taste like much. We just drank a porter.
Yeah, so our palates are not cleansed. There's a weird taste in here. I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound crazy, but this reminds me of miso soup.
Miso soup? I don't know. I don't eat miso soup very much, so I'm not sure.
Maybe it's like mixing with the taste.
To me,
right
it
in my
tastes kind of
mouth.
sweet.
It is a little sweet.
I don't know. I like it.
It's pretty
so
good.
far.
Yeah.
We were tagged by Janelle from A Page Turner.
Yes.
Thank you, Janelle.
Thank you, Janelle.
And this original tag was done by Josh from Literary Gladiators, which is a channel name that I struggle to say.
Literary Gladiators.
Yes. Literary Gladiators.
Yes.
What should his next food tag be?
Oh, a potato tag.
Yeah,
potato tag.
Megan would love it if you did a potato tag and
Josh.
tagged us, because Megan fucking loves potatoes.
All I want to eat are potatoes.
Yeah. What's my favorite? Do a pizza tag.
Pizza tag.
Pizza tag. You know what you can put on pizza? Sausage. Let's get into
the sausage tag.
the sausage.
Get into some sausage.
I'm not gonna know how to pronounce most of these.
We're gonna give it our
the
best
first one
shot.
I've got.
Yes.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst.
A powerful first line.
I went with.
You'll probably know what it is without her telling you.
You will, because it starts. Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins, my sin, my soul.
And I chose this line. The devil has always treasured music.
Thank you, Satan.
From Lords of Chaos by Michael Moynihan and Diedrich Soderlund. And this book is about black metal. And says the bloody rise of the satanic metal underground.
And there's a burning church on the front.
There is a burning church on the front. It specifically talks a lot about Varg Vikernes and Euronymous. They were in the band Mayhem together, which was like one of the first black metal bands to sort of come about. But it's a really fucked up story. Varg Vikernes actually murdered Euronymous and just got out of prison in 2010, I think, because in Norway, I believe the maximum sentence is 21 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I know that...
Any Norwegians want to...
Yeah, I know that life in prison is not a thing there. But, yeah, so he served, I'm not sure how many years, but he got out in 2010, I believe. Okay. But he also was convicted of burning several churches in Norway.
Like you do. All right.
Yeah, so that's lots of fucked up dudes in the black metal scene, really, but
like
I enjoy some black metal myself, so...
I don't know anything
like
about
it.
metal, but I like what I have heard when I'm listening to it with you or at metal night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love metal. Death metal is probably my favorite. Symphonic death metal, specifically. But I do love some black metal as well.
So the next one is... Braunschweiger, a work you enjoy that people often have complaints about.
For this one, I said Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. I enjoyed this book a lot when I read it. I think I was in high school when I read this. But I really liked it, and I've heard a lot of people just say they think it's like a terrible book. But I've also heard a lot of other people say they love it too, so I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I chose the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. I've heard a lot of people say that, like, particularly the first book, the biologist is, like, overdeveloped, so you hear, I guess, maybe in all of them. Like, you hear way too much about her and not enough about, like, the entire story. I've heard people say, like, they couldn't get invested in the characters. Most of them aren't super developed. There's only a couple who really are. And in the first book, none of them have names. And so I've heard people say, like, they didn't really care because they didn't care about any of the characters. And then I've also heard people say that it was just too cryptic and there wasn't enough answers. There weren't enough answers. So, but I really liked it. I thought it was weird. It's very, like, Lovecraft-esque, I think. But, yeah, some people don't like it.
All right, the next sausage is Frankfurter, or Frankfurter.
I'm
just
just a sweet transvestite.
Too much Rocky Horror.
From transsexual Transylvania.
All right, Frankfurter. All right, so this is a work from a familiar writer you feel more people need to read.
I didn't feel strongly about this one way or the other, but one thing I did think of is The Minister's Black Veil by Nathaniel Hawthorne, because I think everyone has to read The Scarlet Letter, and I
never had to read that.
Oh, I had to read that.
My school must have been weird, because almost everyone had to read The Scarlet Letter and The Great Gatsby, and I never had to read either of those.
I didn't have to read The Great Gatsby, I don't think. I've read it.
We read, I had an English teacher who made us read Jungle, which I don't know if a lot of people read that in school.
I did not.
And I had a teacher who made us read, The Anthem. He made us read a bunch of dystopian. We read 1984, The Anthem, and Brave New World.
I read none of those, I think, in school.
Really? You didn't read 1984?
I read that one because I wanted to. Yeah, no. But, yeah, so I said The Minister's Black Veil. I like that one. That's, I think, is my favorite work of Hawthorne. But, yeah, I like it better than The Scarlet Letter, so.
I struggled a little bit with this as well because I just don't, I don't tend to read a lot by one author.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I went with The Wanting Seed by Anthony Burgess. I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I liked it more than A Clockwork Orange, but it was definitely really good.
Yeah, I really liked it as well.
And I don't know that I've really heard anybody else talk about it. And yeah, we both really liked it, so.
Yeah. The next one is Knackwurst.
Sure.
Sure. A short but meaningful work.
I chose the book One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, which I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
I don't know. By Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Solzhenitsky. I can't do it. Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Oh fuck, that was hard.
That's rough.
But this is literally one day in the life of this person who is in a Soviet work camp. And this is like a good day in the life, you know what I mean?
Right, like a
And so it's
day.
like, it really puts things into perspective and has you see how awful it was. So
Yikes.
it was really good.
That sounds interesting. I said The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Yeah, I really like that. I think it's lauded as like an earlier feminist work. So
Yeah.
I think everyone knows what it's about.
It's a great short story. All right, next is Salami.
Salami.
An old work that remains relevant today.
I said We by Yevgeny Zamyatin because it was said to inspire 1984 and because it is a dystopian novel and I feel like dystopian novels are always relevant.
I said Romeo and Juliet because we're still forced to read it in high school.
And I feel like...
So it has remained relevant.
I feel like there are much more constructive things that people could be reading in high school instead of like some fucking idiot kids.
I would argue
killing
that
themselves.
Romeo and Juliet is actually a comedy.
I think it's funny.
Like a very dark comedy.
I find it amusing, but I don't know if that's how Shakespeare intended
I had to
it.
read Hamlet in high school too, and I liked that one much better.
Mm-hmm.
But Romeo and Juliet was kind of like...
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just go dye your hair black and listen to The Cure and save us all a whole fucking lot of trouble? The next one is Chorizo. Your favorite work from or about a Spanish-speaking country.
I have to admit that it was really difficult I
This one
haven't
was
read that
hard.
much from Spanish-speaking country, and if Monse were here, she'd probably slap me right across the face.
Monse.
But I struggled to even
Yes.
think of a work I've read from a Spanish-speaking country. And then I was like, oh yeah, A Planet for Rent
This one.
by Yas. The author is from Cuba, and this book is about aliens invade and take over the Earth and sort of use Earth as a tourist destination, and humans are treated like garbage. And it's an allegory for communist rule in Cuba specifically, but
Right.
I mean, it could apply to other
communist ruled
right
areas. I said, and follow me here, Smaller and Smaller Circles by F.H. Batacan, which takes place in Manila, and Manila is in the Philippines. However, I learned through my Google searching that Manila was colonized by the Spanish, thus they speak Spanish there.
It counts.
It fucking counts, bitches. I have not finished it yet. It is for my Read Harder challenge for an author from Southeast Asia. It's like a police procedural, I guess. But it's about a Jesuit priest who is also a forensic anthropologist. And
Interesting.
yeah, so it's, I think it's won a couple different awards. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. So that's what we're gonna go with. Otherwise, I would have said Pablo Neruda, because I've read some of his poetry and thought it was really beautiful, and I would like to read more.
I took one of those Facebook quizzes to see which poet I was, and it said I was Pablo Neruda.
You romantic.
So I'm a
you.
sexy bitch.
You are a sexy motherfucker. Let me eat my sausage.
Give me that sausage, girl.
Give me that sausage.
I hate myself for this, but anytime I hear sausage, I think, Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Yes. Yes.
That
Freddie
awful
got
Tom
fingered.
Green movie. Yeah,
Yes.
Freddie got fingered.
It's
Fucking-
terrible.
I'm so glad Tom Green is not a thing anymore.
Me too.
He was the worst.
Oh God, he was bad. Like, I know that movie, and I wish I didn't, because oh God,
Yeah. So was DJ Qualls in that?
I don't know.
Because I do love DJ Qualls. He was in one of the Tom Green movies. I don't remember which one, but I love DJ Qualls. He was in The New Guy. I love that movie. Also, he's Garth on Supernatural.
Oh, that's him.
DJ Qualls.
I love him. Okay, yeah, we're good.
One of my other weird celebrity crushes is DJ Qualls.
I love it. I love it.
In case you were wondering. All right, next one is something that I have no idea how to pronounce.
Andouille.
Andouille? Is that it? I'm not real well versed in my sausages, guys.
I know my sausages.
Megan's handled a lot of sausage.
I've done
in
a
her
lot
day.
of sausage in my day.
Your favorite work from or about the American South?
I said Kindred by Octavia Butler. Now this book says that it took place in Maryland. However, it mentions the antebellum South a few times.
And it's on a plantation.
And it's on a plantation. So I'm going to count this, but I loved this book. I just finished it a couple days ago, and I can't stop thinking about it. It was really, really good. I think it was really well written, and I think it was really fascinating. This book is kind of a sci-fi book. It involves time travel. So this woman finds herself kind of randomly transporting back into 1815 to come to the aid of one of her ancestors, who happens to be a white man who is the heir to this plantation. And so she transports back from and she lives in Los Angeles in 1976. And so
She's a black woman. That's
she's
important to know
yeah,
as well.
she's a black woman. So
and her ancestor is a white man on a plantation.
Yes. No, Kindred was really good. It was just it was kind of haunting, and it was awesome.
I chose the book Black Boy by Richard Wright. This is his sort of memoir about growing up, and he grew up in Mississippi. Yeah, it was really eye-opening, I think, to see what it's like to grow up as a black man in the South in, this was early 1900s. He was born in 1908, so yeah.
The next one is Kielbasa. Your favorite work from or about Poland?
This was another one that I had to rack my brain to think of anything I'd ever read from or about Poland. But I finally came up with something that I read as a child, and that is The Devil's Arithmetic by Jane Yolen. It's about a girl who lives in New York, and a Jewish girl, but she gets like transported to Poland during World War II, and it's sort of a lesson on like why it's important to learn about the past. But I remember really enjoying it when I read it, so
Very cool.
there you go.
I had no pick for this because the fuck.
All right. Next is blood sausage, which sounds horrifying.
Ugh. A work you're surprised you enjoyed. I don't want blood sausage.
I don't know. I guess it's good if it's you surprised you enjoyed it, but
I don't want that.
I don't like my sausage bloody.
I would much prefer it's not
I would
bloody.
prefer non-bloody sausage.
Yeah.
Please.
Please. I said The Lunar Chronicles because I'm surprised that I liked it as much as I did, because it's YA, which I don't usually read, which there's nothing wrong with YA, I just don't typically read it. And then this one was pretty like formulaic, I felt like. There was a lot of like insta-love and like the misunderstood girl, and despite those things, I did really like it. I feel like she probably could have been more original with it because she had a really awesome original idea. Like Cinderella as a cyborg is fucking cool, and I think that she could have done a lot of really cool things with that, but I think that she kind of defaulted to kind of standard YA tropes. And so I'm really surprised I liked the series as much as I did.
I picked for this one the book Paddle Your Own Canoe, One Man's Fundamentals for Delicious Living by Nick Offerman. And I didn't think I wasn't going to enjoy this book because I love Nick Offerman. So I thought I would like it, but I didn't think... I liked it more than I thought I would, because it was just... I mean, it was really funny, and he's a good writer. Like, it was really well written, I thought, and very intelligent. And so I was, a little surprised by it. But I love Nick Offerman.
Me
Add
too.
that to my list of
Would bang.
would bang. Nick Offerman,
We'd like to see your sausage.
DJ Qualls, Jeff Goldblum, Steve Martin, Misha Collins. Oh, Misha Collins.
I'm more of a Jensen
I would
Ackles
bang
girl.
him so hard. I would do terrible things to him.
Or really
Terrible.
awesome things.
Or amazing things.
Really amazing things. I mean, you tell me. So, Misha Collins, call Sue for a good time.
He's married, but his wife wrote a book about threesomes, so I still have a chance. I just also have to have sex with his wife,
If you're into
which
that.
I'm willing to sacrifice that.
Pepperoni. A favorite writer of yours that leaves an aftertaste.
Let me get my books out.
Get your books out. Get your sausage out. Don't get
Leave your sausage in.
Leave your sausage in.
Please don't send us pictures of your sausage.
Oh god, those are the worst. Please don't.
Unsolicited dick pics.
Ugh.
I accidentally consented to a dick pic once. I didn't know. I wasn't reading
didn't
it
know.
I wasn't reading carefully what this person was typing. And he had asked me if he could send him a picture of some nude photos that he had done with a professional photographer. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Sure,
I'll look
okay,
at your
that's cool.
tasteful nudes.
Right.
And he sent me some, and I was like, yeah, those are tasteful nudes.
Right.
But then he said something
So
else.
we'll put
Can I
on
send you
sausage.
these pictures and you tell me which one's better? And I thought he was going to send me more of those nudes. And so I was like, yeah, sure. And then I get close-up dick pics. And I was like, whoa.
No.
So I'm just like, the second one.
I don't know. None of them. Oh god.
Yeah.
Unsolicited dick pics are the actual worst. And as someone who did have a foray into online dating, I can tell you they are very prominent in that world. And also, no.
We also got someone to send her a dick pic by sending them a picture of our male friend's cleavage. He pushed his chest together and we sent him a picture of our man friend's cleavage, and the guy immediately sent a dick pic back and was like, bam, here's my dick. We did not have to try hard at all.
Not even a little bit.
Anyway, back to, what's the question? A writer that leaves an aftertaste?
Yes.
I had trouble with this one too, because I don't know. I'm not one of those people that, like, if I love a book by an author, I go out and read everything by them. Mm-hmm. I just don't really do that. So, I don't know. I picked Anthony Burgess. I've liked both of the books I've read.
And he does leave an aftertaste, so I think that's fair.
Yeah, with the Wanting Seed. But yeah, definitely leaves an aftertaste. A good aftertaste, in my opinion.
A weird one, but a good one.
A weird, good aftertaste, much like pepperoni.
Yes.
That makes me think of Trailer Park Boys.
Are you eating my pepperoni, Ricky?
Pepperoni and get drunk as fuck.
Get drunk as fuck.
I love Trailer Park Boys.
God, I love it so much. I said Margaret Atwood for this one, and again, I've only read 2 books from Margaret Atwood.
Well, I have your copy of...
Do you have My Handmaid's Tale?
That's not it.
That's Nature's Nether Regions. That's Nature's Sausage. Yeah, so Margaret Atwood, this is the first book I read of hers, and then I did go by like several, like 2 or 3 more of her works, and I just recently read The Blind Assassin, and both of the books I read from Margaret Atwood like really stuck with me. This one I ranted and raved about. I loved it. I thought it was really awesome. And then I read The Blind Assassin, and that one, like, I finished it and had like a whoa moment. And then I didn't want to read anything else because I was like, it's not going to compare to The Blind Assassin. So I've been really pleased with this overall, and I think the next one I'm going to read from her is Life Before Man. So
I have that one too.
Yeah, we bought that at the library sale.
We could read it together.
Oh my god, we could read it together.
Alright, next is Bologna, a mass market work you enjoyed.
For this one, I'm a little unclear about the definition of mass market. So I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if this qualifies, but I think it does because it was a New York Times bestseller and it is now a movie. I said World War Z by Max Brooks. This was I thought this was a really unique take on the zombie novel because it was kind of like after the fact, and it was a reporter interviewing people about their experience with the zombie apocalypse. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book, like a lot, quite a lot.
Yeah, I loved it. I know a lot of people don't like that there's like no real no character development because there's not. I think in the movie, correct me if I'm wrong because I have not seen the movie.
The movie is vastly different.
But I think in the movie there's like Brad Pitt's like the main character.
And he has his family and he's doing whatever. No,
I don't know anything about the movie, but
like drastically different. Yeah, don't check. It's bad.
Is it not good?
No.
All right, I said for mine, False Memory by Dean Koontz. And Dean Koontz is an author that I have read, because I know I just said that I don't read a lot of the same author. But when I was in middle school and high school, that was not true. And in middle school especially, which I think that's when I read most of his books that I read by him. In middle school, I read the shit out of Dean Koontz. And this was one of the first books I read by him, and I really, really liked it a lot. And, I mean, I don't know if I would like it as much today, perhaps not, but it's about, well, first of all, there's a character named Susan, so, although she dies pretty early on. But it's about, like, these people are killing themselves, and it's for seemingly, like, no reason. And so, yeah, I don't want to give away, like, if I say much else, I feel like it's gonna give things away, but it's like people are sort of doing things against their will. Yeah, this and Soul Survivor by Dean Koontz are like the 2 Dean Koontz books that I would recommend to people. The rest of his books just kind of all meld together to me. But those two really stood out.
Alright, so the next question is hot sausage.
Hot sausage?
What's your favorite sausage?
I don't eat a lot of sausage. Breakfast sausage or summer sausage would be my answer. Or when my dad kills a deer, he makes some deer sausage sometimes. That's pretty tasty.
Pretty delicious. Yeah, I was going to say breakfast or venison. Because We have a lot of venison sausage up north.
So the last question, vendor. Is that a type of sausage or is that like
I
a
don't
sausage
think it's
vendor?
I think it's a sausage vendor, which you have to be really careful where you do that. You might get arrested.
Slinging your sausage around
Slinging
on
your
the
sausage.
street. Be careful where you're slinging your sausage.
Be careful.
Is all we're saying.
Yeah.
But who do you tag?
We tag Amanda J.
And we tag Fevered Ego.
Let me see your sausage. Let us
Get your sausage on.
see your sausage.
I loved this beer.
This beer was good.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
It
this beer was really good.
surprisingly delicious. But it's
Yes.
called Old Chub. We tried to find the most inappropriately
We did.
titled beer we could for this tag. Chub, I mean,
Right, like, like a
you
chub.
know what a chub.
Everyone
a
knows
chub.
what a chub is.
A chub.
You've had a chub.
But a chub though.
But a chub.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's kind of got a sweetness to it, I think.
It does.
Not like overly, not strong. It doesn't have a strong flavor really.
No.
But I like it.
It's good.
I drank my whole one.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us.
Look at us. We got
Drinking
this.
whole beers during our videos. I said that real country like.
During our videos.
During our videos. Thanks for watching
our
us.
sausage.
We will have links below where you can find us other places on the internet.
And if you're not already subscribed to our sausage, you should do it.
Click our sausage.
Please, just click it like gentle, like once or twice.
Yeah, just gently tap our sausage.
Gently,
a little bit.
Gently stroke our sausage, if you would.
We're two grown, mature women.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.